Alrighty guys, we're back for some Invoke Lorehold, or Boros Reanimator if that's what you want to call it. Either one works for sure, as the main point of the deck is to invoke Justice on our Velomachus Lorehold and do some super spicy things. So we're going to go over the deck, then hop into some standard ranked. I figured ranked because why not at this point? We might as well. I don't know if the deck's going to be good enough for ranked, but it might be. So that might be cool, right? For anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well. Additionally, we do have that sub goal set all the way up at 1,000. So if you want to help us reach that goal, do consider subscribing because it is much appreciated, friends. On that note, for everyone who stops by every day and drops a like and drops a comment, you guys are awesome. So thank you so much. I super duper appreciate you. All right, let's check out the deck, shall we? So we got 4 Professor of Symbology, we got 3 Cathartic Pyres, 3 Rip-Aparts, 4 Restoration of Eiganjos, 2 Mila Crafty Companions / Luca Wayward Bonders. We got 2 Wandering Emperors, 3 Doomskars, 3 Burn Down the House, 2 Lorehold Commands. We do got those 4 Invoke Justices. We got 2 Emeria's Calls, and we have 4 Velomachus Loreholds as well. In the mana base, we're rocking all the Snarls. We do have a Campus. We do have some Wind-Scarred as well. The Snarls are going to come down tapped sometimes, unfortunately, as there's only 7 total basic lands, right? But I did opt for more basics over something like Crucible of Defiance or Den of the Bugbear and stuff. So I mean, that is noteworthy, right? So how does the deck work? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, like I said earlier, we want to invoke Justice on the Velomachus Lorehold, right? So essentially, when Velomachus Lorehold attacks, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value less than or equal to Velomachus Lorehold's power from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. So, yeah, that casts pretty much everything in the deck, minus the call. But then you could also cast the Emeria's Call here if you plug those counters from Invoke Justice onto the Lorehold. So then it can hit anything in the deck, which is super spicy, right? Lorehold is the reason why we're not running 4 Doomskar. Instead, we got, like, it could have been 4 Doomskar, 2 Burns, or another, or just something else, right? But we have the 3 Burns and the 3 Doomskar because you don't really want to hit a Doomskar with your flying Lorehold, right? You want to maybe see a Burn Down the House, especially if you do plug the counters into Lorehold. You could totally wipe the board and get away with it with Burn Down the House. If you don't want to wipe the board, you get some Devils, man. Like, that's value. And I don't have to tell you how good swinging in with Velomachus Lorehold is, and then just dropping a Lorehold Command from the Velomachus. Super spicy, right? Oh, we got the Lucas in here for a good reason. So the +1 on here, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. If a creature card was discarded this way, draw 2 cards instead. Helps us plug those Loreholds into the grave, which is super valuable, especially when you get to draw 2 cards from the Luca. This card's actually pretty great. That being said, you could totally only have 1 of them to try it out and maybe go up a Wandering Emperor, because Wandering Emperor is really good too, right? And yeah, you're not going to play this as Mila often at all. You want this as Luca, because then the -2, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of your next upkeep. So this helps you bring the Lorehold back as well. And exiling it at the beginning of your next upkeep, I mean, let's be real, guys. Is the Lorehold gonna survive past your opponent's turn? With all of the removal floating about right now, more likely than not, they're gonna have some kind of removal on their turn regardless. So the -2 on Luca is a completely viable way to bring the Lorehold back and get some value out of it, right? Anything else noteworthy in the deck, guys, like Restoration, being able to bring Professor back, our lesson sideboard, Academic Probations, Environmental Sciences, Reduced to Memory, Illuminate History, Mascot Exhibition, and let's not forget here, that the learn can also help us discard from our hand as well, right? Invoke Justice returns any target permanent, so you can return a Wandering Emperor or a Restoration, of course the Professor. You can also return the Mila. Now don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure you cannot return the Luca. I don't think we have a choice in the matter. I think if you Invoke Justice this, I think it just comes back as Mila and you don't get a choice, but that's something to test here in the matches because I'm not 100% certain, but I think that is how it works, so watch out for that, right? Okay, guys, yeah, let's skedaddle over into some ranked and see how this deck goes. Right into the first match, let's go. Okay, opponent goes first here. See if the opponent is awake. Okay, nice, nice. This is a good hand. We're keeping this. And we're gonna go right into the Wind-Scarred Crag here. Crag? Greg? I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Sundown. So we're gonna foretell the Doomskar. This is one of those things where I need to play more control decks to get used to it. Every time we do play a control deck, we absolutely dominate though, so that's exciting. I look forward to more domination today. We'll see, of course, we'll see. Okay, yeah, it's a pretty spicy hand. I like this. We got to see our Lorehold, but okay, yeah. So mono black is a problem, to say the least. But so we will ramp with, I guess the plains. Yeah, that's fine. Right, if we could have kept the plains and then if we drawn a Snarl, but yeah, that probably would have been better, honestly, but so we'll get the Sundown Pass down. We could rip apart the Sorin now. I think we do. Remember, rip apart is a sorcery. I mean, Lorehold Command is the only other instant in our hand anyways. It's not like we could cast it that turn. The reason... So, they don't have Blood on the Snow because they have a normal swamp over here. So there's probably not a lot of ways for them to bring Sorin back. So the sooner their planeswalkers are dead, the better, right? Okay. That's not too bad. Not too bad for us. We have enough red sources, I'd say, to just go ahead and grab another plains. Professor of Symbology, nice. So what we probably end up hitting here. Ooh, Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor is pretty good here, because we get to exile the vampire maybe, which I don't mind at all. And then if Wandering Emperor ends up dying at all, then we can always Invoke Justice as well. It's also, yeah, we're going to save the Doomskar for just a little bit more, I think. We have enough white sources too, so we will play this on red. We could drop the Luca now too. I think it's going to be... Man, even Lorehold Command can kill the vampire. What is even happening? We could save it open. Let's save it open. That's one thing with control decks that I really got to get used to. Right? Just passing the turn and not doing anything. Okay, yeah, that's a card that we got to hit. Okay. So, yeah, we hit this. We hit this, I'd say. So 3 damage to any target. We kill that. We don't want them to draw. And then we will actually create a 3-2 on the ground. I think that is completely acceptable. There's like we could have sacrificed to draw, like, okay, this is a line of play too. Sacrifice a permanent, draw 2. We could have sacrificed the Architect, drawn 2, and then Doomscarred on our turn. That, wow, yeah, so many lines of play. I don't even know where to start half the time at this at this rate, right? Right, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and swing here. See what the opponent does. And they wanna ping the one there too. So I think what we do is we surprise them with the Emperor. We have Cathartic Pyre open to kill their vampire next turn. We go ahead, give first strike to our token. And we end up only losing... They end up losing 2 of their creatures, and we end up only losing a spirit, unless they go treasure here. They do not go treasure. Cathartic Pyre is open to take out their vampire. This is spicy so far, but honestly, I'm a little bit overwhelmed with options. This is one of those decks that I probably should have played a little bit in ranked off camera to kind of learn what's going on here, because I feel all over the place, but you know, it might just be like one of those feelings. Like I might be playing it all right, I don't know. It seems to be doing pretty good against this Orzhov deck though. Banishing Verse, aw man. If Mila was out there, we would have drawn a card from that, which is pretty cool. We still Cathartic Pyre the vampire, because they're running low on things and we just aren't. Or at least I feel like we aren't, right? So no permanents to hit in the grave, except for the Wind-Scarred Crag, which I don't think we want. I think Luca comes down. And we're going to trade out the Sundown Pass. See what we draw. Burn down the house is sweet. Okay. Start beating up the opponent here. See how it goes. So yeah, at the beginning I did think it was mono black, but I don't know why it didn't click that it was Orzhov as soon as they dropped some of the white cards. It just like took me a second. I am like so used to seeing Orzhov right now though, so that's probably why too. So no board wipe. Instead it is Edgar. Okay, we got the Lorehold. We got the Lorehold. We don't have the mana for it, but we got the Lorehold. And we have the Invoke Justice in hand too. So we draw 2 cards from this. Now we got the mana, huh? I mean, we had it before, but not to just outright cast Lorehold. Bring you. Target player is me. Go up. Up, 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 up. Wait. Down. Wait. Where am I? 4. We need 4. Nice. Hey, thank you. We don't need to go up there. We just need to hit more to face. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, so this is swing, swing, swing. Create another 1-1. Maybe we should have swung with the 1-1 too. Ooh, another Invoke Justice. Let's go. Target player. GG opponent. Dang, bro. Yeah, I felt all over the place that match. You guys will have to let me know. Did I end up playing it well? Did I end up just getting lucky the whole time? I mean, honestly, the deck felt pretty powerful. We had a lot of options available to us the entire time, and it seemed way more aggressive than you would expect for like a control style deck like this, right? Really spicy first match though. I am pleased. Let's see if we get right into the next match. Because yeah, the last few videos I haven't been editing them because it just doesn't seem like worth it, because the matches are just like, we're just going right into the next match. And so yeah, like this is fine, man. Already 100% okay. What do you guys think? Should I edit out that like 10 seconds? To me, it doesn't feel worth it when we can just talk through it, especially if we're still talking about like the last match as well. Good hand. We keep. Nice. We have the removal. We have the ramp. Seeing both of the mountains here is actually pretty bad, though. We only have 2 mountains in the deck, and obviously we want to see more white sources, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, that could be good. See, I was just about to say we'll keep Rip Apart open, but it's a sorcery. Like, I don't know what about that card makes me think that it's an instant all the time. Enters tap. Right into Restoration of Eiganjo next turn, probably. Oh, a landfall. Oh, that could be fun. We are going to go Restoration, though, and hope that that doesn't get too many counters. We do get a little bit of ramp next turn. That's our 3rd white source. We need 4 for the Invoke. Very nice. Wow. Hey. I love that, bro. That's sick. They get a land now, too. And another counter onto the Fearless Fledgling. That's so cool, man. We got to take out the Fledgling. We have to take out both of these, to be fair. So yeah, we do want to ramp here. And even though, yeah, Burn Down the House isn't open, we got that Plains now for the Invoke. It's got to be Rip Apart. And I believe we Rip Apart the Fledgling, because I do think that they can ramp it beyond the Burn Down the House, which is probably true for a lot of their stuff. That's crazy that that little card was enough of a threat to warrant the Rip Apart over the Kodama there. Maybe it was the Kodama, though. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Nice, nice. Probably not a... Well, yeah, probably a cat token. But they know that a deck like this could run, like, Doomskar and stuff. They could go counters this time round, but that doesn't get them out of the Burn Down the House range, unfortunately, so... Oh, nice. They could go more counters, but again, the 5 damage still hits them. I like the opponent's deck. A lot of value there. Okay, they go cat instead. Okay. Poor Architect. Had no idea what was coming for it. It's 100% a burn here. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Because that hits so much. We need 1 more mana to just outright cast Lorehold. We can Invoke Justice, the Restoration now, to get that mana to our hand, too. So that's pretty insane. Land? Bro, opponents got value, man. Rip Apart would be a great draw to take out one of these retreats, because, yeah, this is a lot of value. They could go counter, counter. Now that they know we have burn, they want to try to get everything here above the burn range, but double counters doesn't do it for the cats. It does do it for... Okay, so they grab another cat, another Lorehold. So unfortunately, we do have to do Restoration. Target player me. We don't actually get anything. Like, we do this now because we could die next turn. Like that. So I think the opponent. Oh wait. That's more than enough. Oh, GG, bro. Yeah, we actually didn't have a way out of that. Oh yeah, Evolving Wilds really takes it over. Yeah, because they had 13 already. We're sitting here at 14. Like, the odds of the opponent just having it this turn. Good game, opponent, dude. Dang. GG. Honestly, I was feeling pretty confident. A few things. We ripped apart early there, where maybe... Now, hear me out. Can I view Battlefield game? Hear me out. If I would have saved the rip apart, anticipating the retreat, that could have been really good, as the double retreats is what got them there in the long run, right? And so if we would have saved this, and maybe the burn down the house would have hit the first card that we ripped apart anyways. Maybe not though at the same time. I don't know. What do you guys think? That the opponent's deck really popped off there and was really powerful. It's a great hand. At least we have the third. We didn't have to reveal this planes. We could, you know what? When we can, we might as well have the Snarl come out untapped. More mono white, really? That's interesting. Oh, okay. Mono white, like with the splash of Hal and Al, right? We're gonna take the 2 here. Gotta get to that burn down the house before their initiate gets above it. I don't see a way to do that without the ramp from the restoration, so just gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna get the other planes down this turn. Save this as a blocker, and yeah, they have enough time to get the initiate above where it needs to be, but maybe they spread these out. Oh my goodness, that actually happened. That actually happened. That was a great trade for us. Holy cow. Alright, nothing to do this turn, so Cave is 100% fine. Yeah, I'm expecting Hal and Al to be in their deck. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, Initiate is now above the burn down the house range, which is really bad for us. We can invoke Professor to get the exile, but is that worth it? It also blocks the Hal and Al once we get the counters onto it. We're 1 turn away from Luca, which can eventually let us get Lorehold back. Wow, yeah, that's line of play from the opponent. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get that Professor. The Professor gets beefy here, and we can get the reduced to memory to take out their chunk of a creature over there. Yeah, just, we were so close to that burn though. This is another one of those games, man. We do have 3 Doomskars in the deck, so Doomskar would be really, really good. But it just doesn't look like we're gonna see it, huh? Man, the champion from the and like giving that haste from the Hal and Al, so powerful, guys. We're forced to block here. Woo! Getting ran over. That is not it. That is not it. That is a land. Doomskar would have been really, really good, but you know, sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. So we are still 1 mana short from getting the Lorehold. The Velomachus Lorehold, not the command, of course. So a reduced to memory, and they still have tons of stuff left over. We could get the Mila on the ground to block, which could work, but they can give their next creature haste from the Hal and Al if we don't end up hitting it here, right? So I think we lost. I think that's just a GG. We reduce to memory the air. We get the blocker on the ground. But either way, like, we just, yeah, we lost too much ground there. Dang, GG, guys. The opponents are running us over right now. But, you know, it is what it is. It's like, it's one of those things. I don't want to blame the deck, though. I think there's still a lot going on here in our deck that can definitely deal with the amount of power that the opponents have been displaying. The problem is it's not dealing with it instead. But yeah, we have to try some more. I have to. One more match and see how it goes, right? We'll see. That mono white with splash of Hal and Al is insane. Like, the value in that deck is absolutely incredible. I haven't played it yet because with decks like that, I am terrible at drawing land. And look, I know it's not, I know that's not like really the case. It just feels like it. I kind of go crazy playing multicolored decks sometimes. Okay, so the Snarl probably comes down untapped next turn. Rip apart. Restoration next turn or Professor this turn? I think it's guaranteed Restoration next turn is better than Professor this turn. Especially when it could eat a Jwari Disruption. Expressive Iteration. Yeah, especially the past two matches, there was so much that could go wrong that went wrong. It kind of blows my mind, man. It's funny though. This deck is fun. You just gotta find it, right? Play this out on white. Grab a Plains. And I think instead of ramping, we go ahead and discard the Professor and bring it back, and then maybe drop the Mila next turn. How do you guys feel about that line of play? Or even better here, right? Because this escapes like a counter spell. And then what we could do is grab an Environmental Sciences. We'll grab another Plains. We have enough red sources. Then we have the Cathartic Pyre open, which I think is pretty good. Because it could hit their crab. No, it can't. The crab has 4 butt, right? I think. We could discard. We could discard and see what we draw. We don't necessarily want to discard one of these though, because the Luca can +1 discard a Mila, and then you draw 2, which could be really good. I'm gonna hold it back for now, guys. Gonna hold it back for now. Another Rip Apart. See, that's something worthwhile discarding, maybe, against a deck like that. It's gonna be this. They already know that the Plains exists, right? So the Lorehold Campus open this time round, and we're gonna swing with the Professor. This is a control versus a control matchup again. If we end up winning, that's pretty funny because we ended up winning. If we end up winning, then we ended up winning against both of the control matchups, which could be noteworthy if you're running into a lot of control. That being said, if you end up losing against every creature deck you play against, then it does mean you need more removal in the deck somehow. I don't know how. I literally don't know how everyone was evading all of our removal today, but like something, okay, like if you're going up against decks that they're just plugging in a lot of counters and they're getting above cards like Cathartic Pyre or Rip Apart, you could drop a Rip Apart, drop a Pyre, and add 2 Fateful Absences, and that might do a whole lot for you, right? Okay, so like Cathartic Pyre and Rip Apart does not hit a Goldspan Dragon, but a Fateful Absence does. So that is like, that's actually super noteworthy, right? Okay. So we could double down too on the Cathartic Pyres, but I'm not going to. We're gonna let them we're gonna let them get their infinite mana here and see what happens. Because if they end up taking like a second turn, then like think about it this way. 2 Cathartic Pyres gets them even more treasure. Invoke Justice. Okay. It's not the best. It's not the worst. I think we take the Invoke Justice in preparation, right? So we're gonna go ahead and drop the Luca. Discard the Mila. And draw 2 cards here and see what happens. I know what the opponent's playing, and yeah, they could totally win next turn. Jwari Disruption! No! Alright, well, we swing, and we probably just lost, unfortunately, which is a shame, but it is what it is. It happens, man. It happens. Here we go. Second gold span. That might mean that they don't have the... No, they have to have the combo to start popping off ridiculously, right? They have to have it. Nothing. Really? Lorehold off the top with no mana to cast it. Oh no, again? Bro, the fact that we needed so much mana. Oh no, guys. And like, again, Doomskar would be amazing here, but no Doomskar to be found. Cathartic Pyre could discard the Lorehold, and if we draw a mana, we might actually get this. Hold up. The problem is, like, counter spells, all that, too. So discard up to 2. Discard a Rip Apart. Rip Apart and Lorehold, and if we draw mana... We drew mana. Oh, Doomskar, though. Doomskar. Crap, guys. There's a counter spell, right? Like, there's no way. Okay, Doomskar would be sick. But either one of these, if either one of these gets countered, it's just a GG. So we're going to go for the win then. And if there isn't a counter, then we got this. Right? There's something, man. There's something. Something's brewing. Something is a brewing over there. It could be just another Jwari Disruption. Easy. What you got for me, opponent? What you got? Prismari Command. Looking for the counter spell. There's no way that this happens, right? Because they could just... There's no way. Right? Spread it out a little bit. Like something is brewing here. Fading Hope. We do get, so if we would have, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no way. If we would have plugged the counters onto the ground, the Lorehold Command could have won this for us. Well, maybe. They still have tons of treasure open. What do we cast here? Because we're probably going to die next turn, right? So I guess the life gain from the Lorehold Command... Oh, wait! Wait! Wait. +1 for our Lorehold Command being like way too like versatile right now. Target. We just won. They have so much mana, but we found it, guys. Holy cow. That's another one where I almost missed lethal. I did that on yesterday's final game too. I cannot believe that. We got a little bit lucky. We got a little bit lucky, let's be real. So, guys, 40% total win rate, and the deck needs some changes. So let's go check it out and see what we could potentially change here, right? The total, yeah, the video is over 40 minutes, so I probably am gonna cut a match and try to get it under 40, as that's what I try to do for the sake of the YouTube algorithm, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. These YouTuber things are new to me. So here's the deck list again. What would I change? A few things. Doomskar is way too important, man. You can keep the 3 burn down the house because they seem really important too. But somewhere we have to fit an extra Doomskar. The meta is ridiculous. And pretty much in every single match, an extra Doomskar in our hand would have been really good. So what could you do? You could up a Doomskar and drop a Mila. That's fine. I think the Luca being an extra way to bring Lorehold back is important. I think everything else about this card is not important. So dropping a Mila, up a Doomskar, 100% can do that, right? The mana. You need more mana, potentially. Having the 26 with the call just didn't feel like enough overall. So let's say you don't have all the Loreholds, right? It is a control deck, so you don't necessarily need all 4 of these. You could have 3 of them and still operate just fine. So you could drop a Lorehold and up a mana. I think that would still work. That being said, don't forget, it is kind of a combo deck with Lorehold and Invoke Justice. So being that style of combo, you might still want to keep 4. I just think it's possible to go down to 3 and go up some more mana as well. On the top end, guys, Fateful Absence seems like it needs to be slotted into the deck somewhere. You could drop a Professor, drop a Restoration, and go up to Fateful Absences, or you could drop a Cathartic Pyre or a Rip Apart up to Fateful Absences. What else, guys? You could drop, if you don't have the Wandering Emperors, slot in the Fateful Absences, right? You guys see a trend here. Removal, remove some removal, add more removal. It's essentially the concept here. Professor of Symbology seemed important to hit the lessons and whatnot, but yeah, I think, again, you could drop a couple of these, add some Fateful Absences. I don't know, man. Fateful Absence seemed way too important, but we don't have any in the deck, so try to find a spot for him if you're running the deck, right? I think you'd be better off with him, right? All right, guys, yeah, so I don't know which match we're going to cut out, but just remember that the total deck win rate was a 40%. We had 3 losses in the middle, and I'll probably take out the generic mono-white match. The mono-white just stomped over us, and the whole time I was just saying, man, a board wipe would be really nice right now, and we just didn't see it. So, I mean, yeah, that's one of those things why going up a 4th Doomskar would be pretty important, right? For the mono-white matches and stuff like that. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you. So thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video.